okay. Maybe I need to drive a little better. So I took it to, I forget the name, cylinder head exchange. That's what they're called. Just by looking at it, so much cleaner. I didn't like hot tank it or anything. Basically, they sprayed it down and then they did a resurface, so it was 75 bucks in total. Oh, the squirters also don't get cleaned. They're right here. This is the bag of the rocker arms and like the guides and everything. Obviously those are still dirty. I might wash those down or do something, figure something out, but let me actually show you guys what this whole thing actually looks like. Let me see. Around here is pretty good. Good. It's good. It's the actual flatness of it that's really gonna help seal it. So I'm just feeling around for any high spots, and then I'll work on that. So like this whole run right here, this whole run, hit that again. So right now, ARP's instructions say that I have to clean the threads for all of the head studs. I'm gonna make my own thread chaser. Basically, I'm gonna take one of the OEM head bolts, since we're not gonna be using these well, ever again. All right, so these are the finished products. I didn't do super good, but I think it'll work. So I'm not gonna go all the way in, because I just wanna see if it's catching anything at all right now. It's hard to see, but it got a little bit. So I'm gonna do that with all 10, and then we're gonna do the ARP studs. These are clean. Now we have the washers and then the actual nuts. I need to find a brush. That way I can lubricate these correctly. And I did figure out that you have to lube both ends of the threads. Okay, so we're actually ready to put these on now. So I'm gonna get this lube, start coating everything. Oh my God. Okay. Are you linking? Two stickers too. We got the white one and we got the black and blue one. It has the specs on it that's sick. 87 bore, 1.2 thickness. The hardest part to me is not torquing it, because that's cake. Hardest part is gonna be getting the head on without getting lube on the actual resurfaced part of the head. Look at that. But yeah, I got it on. I wasn't recording because it was taking me a million tries, and I was on and off recording to save space, and I forgot to hit record the last try. Don't know why, don't know what I was doing, but I got all of the studs in, and all the fastening nuts are on now. They're all lubed correctly. You can see them in each little hole. They're all on. Obviously, I still have to do the torque pattern and the sequence and all that, but I don't know why I even showed you guys every last one, but yeah, they're all on. I'm gonna go through and start torquing them down. You gotta put the oil squirters back in, and then on every single valve, there's like a guide that goes in each one of these things. You gotta put all those back in. Obviously the rocker arms and then the cams. It's the next day, and I'm gonna clean off these rocker arms and then start putting, like, you know, everything in the head back together.
I can't waste no time wondering if you got me. Know you heard me talking, I don't think you copy. Been out getting money while they pocket watching. Putting bands up in my pockets, all they do is gossip. Since a young and look, those have been a trending topic. Let's be honest, they'll show me love when I'm dead and rotting. Looking over my shoulder, feel like the feds is watching. I said white tee, truly pants, see me step into a bag.
Alright, so all of these oil squirters are in. So now I'm gonna do the guides for the rocker arms. When I'm putting in the cams and everything, I'm gonna be using a lot of oil. We're gonna be having to turn and crank the engine a decent amount just so we can get the timing right with the timing chain and the camshaft sprockets and stuff. I do have oil here, but it's 5W30 and that's not what I run in the motor, and I don't want to mix different viscosities. So what I'm gonna do is run and get the actual oil that's gonna be going in the SR, and that's what we'll use to like coat these guides and the rocker arm surfaces and the cams and all that. Got our Mobile One fully synthetic 10W30, which is a little bit of a thicker oil, which SRs like thicker oil. They're not really good with thin oils. Alright, so these are all in. You can see I got oil on all of them, on the contact surfaces. The one thing I forgot to get were spark plugs. Alright, so this whole side's on. Okay, when I tell you guys I was struggling, I was having so much trouble with this timing because I've never ever done like timing chains, like really ever. All right, it's the next day again. I know you guys are probably like, why is this taking him so long? It's my first time ever doing this. Like honestly, the timing for me was kind of a challenge. Throw this back. If you notice, which I don't know if you will, the rocker arm stoppers are off because it's so hard, like almost impossible. Pretty much is impossible to get the wrench on the actual camshaft with the rocker arm stoppers on. I just ran through like I think like whole 2 cycles just to make sure there's no binding and like hard spots. It's really good. You see how the cam lobes are facing opposite out on both sides at TDC? That's how it should be. Obviously you can see it's on the second tick, which is TDC, which I have this thing in here to make sure. And then obviously this dial pin is at 12, this one's at 10. And then just to make sure, I'm gonna count links again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the links are good, there's no skipping. Tensioner's in. We're gonna fill this in. This is actually really easy to install. It's just these 2 holes right here. It goes on and it's kind of like guides the timing chain, I guess you can say. That's what it's called, it's a timing chain guide. Right. You can see how that sits right there, just under the timing chain. So, but I'm just gonna line this up. It's just off by like literally a hair. See, that dot is lined up with the notch, right? So as I go in and line up these gears, it should push it over, and then that lower dot on the left should line up with that notch. So I'm gonna try to record it. Okay, so you see how it is right now? It went too far over. If I zoom in, maybe you can see that I have it lined up. Bolts are tightened down. I don't know, I'm a little excited because everything's coming together. It's the first time I've ever like did any real like engine work. Once I get the turbo, you guys are gonna see the exhaust goodies. Hopefully if you guys know your JDM parts, you'll be pretty excited because I'm really excited. In terms of uploading, I know it took me a while to upload. That's because I was waiting for parts like the Tomei head gasket and other things. I had to take the head to get machined, which took time. And then I also had to prep the block and just do a bunch of stuff. But this was my first time doing engine stuff, so I didn't want to record every last thing and I wanted to make sure I did it right. So that's why it took me a while to upload this video, but make sure you guys leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you guys want to follow this build because it's going to be pretty freaking sick. And that's going to be it for today. Peace out, guys.